You are listening to 888 WSOS Southside Chicago. You got a beef? You've turned to the right number on the right dial. Or the right station on your Viz. Or audio streaming in whatever device. We're coming at you live. If you're listening to this on an archive, then your beef is probably stale. But for now, it's live. It's sizzling. We've got the best beef on. The Black Bears, the Black Hawks, the New Blacks, the Black Sevens. And even though we're in the off season, courtesy of the Nashville Bluebirds, congratulations Bluebird Nation. I know you had to wait an extra year, so you see how good things come to those who wait. Hot stove is on, and the beef is all over the menu. Who's going to get to the Dev Lab? Who are the top targets in free agency? Because you know the front office is looking. They're looking hard. Hey, they've made big moves every year, so I expect this one to be the same. But first, speaking of big moves, my special treat for all you beef eaters out there. Adam, Nasty Boy Hines, coming off his 13-8 season with the boys in black. And yes, we'll talk about pitching. He's in the studio, but it's the off season, and I want to introduce him as Adam, Nasty Boy Hines, the country bluesman.
I'm gonna do
Adam.
I'm gonna do the version that I can play on the radio. They call me Nasty Boy Hines. My baby said they got it right. They call me Nasty Boy Hines. My baby said they got it right. When we're alone together, we're do the nasty all night. They call me Nasty Boy Hines. My mama said they know my son. They call me Nasty Boy Hines. My mama said they know my son. Ever since he was born, he's been nasty since day one. They call me Nasty Boy Hines. You know I pitch the funky ball. But you know what I want? To pitch that ball in the fall.
Nasty Boy Hines. Wow, Nasty Boy. Fantastic stuff. The beef thinks that's real nasty. I bet they won't let you use that as your walk-up song.
Yeah. I have something else for my walk-up song. That ain't it.
I don't doubt it. Good stuff. Nasty stuff. That's like the real blues. A man and his guitar. That's it.
Yeah, even though I grew up in Brooklyn.
Brooklyn, New York, yeah.
I was a big fan of the old country blues, the old Delta blues. You find any blues player that, those blues players that they got something wrong with them. Like, you got Blind Watermelon. He's amazing. You got Two Finger Jim. He's great. Valerie Shakes is an amazing 3-string guitar player. So all that tradition I really loved. And, all my friends growing up, they love the
styles back in the day. Duke Park, Chill Crunk, Electric Folk.
They love the new glitch and all that, and the speaks and all that. But my parents and my ancestors, they are from the Mississippi Delta. So that tradition, the blues, that blues tradition runs up in my family. And I know Chicago blues got something different.
Yeah, electric guitar-based blues. Many places. Famous recording studio, Southside, Chessboard Records.
Electronic blues, electric guitar blues. You got Muddy River. He's
I think Muddy Rivers worked at Chessboard.
coming here. That was the first place I went to, and they got a nice plaque up there with River up there, and yeah, that was the first place I went to, even before coming to Vinny Vital.
Now, color me impressed. Before we talk about baseball, if we talk about baseball, how did you get into playing music, Adam? It's clear you got a passion and a talent.
I always wanted. Well, I was doing music before I was doing pitching. I was doing that stuff before. Before I could even crawl, I was singing the blues.
If you got the blues at 3 years old, man, I do not want to go there, Mr. Hines.
Oh yeah, that's good.
I hear you've been playing out, and not just on some street corner, but some of our Chicago institutions.
Chicago's, they have great blues places. When I did that open mic up at the Blue Mill, half the cats knew me, half the cats didn't, and that's fine. I know that baseball hasn't gotten the attention, as some of the other sports that we got here in this great city.
We have good loyalty, huge market size, but our fan interest is rated only at a 59 out of 100. Adam, you signed a 6-year contract with us. It's completely player friendly. You have a player opt out in 4 years, if I'm reading it correctly. What was the first year like? What did you think?
Yeah, my first year in Chicago was great. I started off really well. In terms of pitching, I started off really well. And then it was June, July that I kind of lost my way, and the team too. We just really stinking it up when it got hot.
Yeah, started off 10-17 in April. You righted the ship in May, and then back down in June. 9-19, and then slowly y'all creeped up to playing 500 ball. And even that's an accomplishment, sadly enough, here in Chicago. My biggest beef. So it took a while, but in September you had an amazing run.
Yeah, I think there was, after the trade deadline, sometimes it just takes that long to gel, and it did, and when it gelled, it was wonderful.
Yes, 15-8 for the month of September. You gotta be excited for next year.
I am looking forward to. I'm looking forward to the offseason, but
Fair enough, nasty boy. Now, did you catch any of the Monty Brewster Memorial Series?
well, the playoffs with the Bluebirds. Well, those cats are.
Amazing, unstoppable, team of destiny.
What was that thing that was out on the
Forums.
on the wire on the forums? There was something about this team was the top 3 team, and last year's team was the top 4 team
That's right.
of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I ain't one to argue with analytics. I use it myself, but you don't need analytics to know how good they are.
Yeah, the Bluebirds, they've won 100 games or more each of the last 5 years. Made the playoffs since 2048. Yeah, they've only won 3 out of that amazing run, but who's counting?
And they're nice too. They gave a gentleman's sweep to the Flyers.
You actually pitched pretty well against the Bluebirds. You had 3 starts against them this year.
Yeah, I had a. Well, put it this way, I didn't lose. I had, I think, 2 no decisions, 1 win in September.
Here at the Beef, we know everyone's got a beef. What would you say is Adam Hines' beef with the Black Sox?
I can't say enough about my team. I have eyes just like you, so I have an idea about what we should do. And I've shared this with The Rock. But yeah, there's something we gotta do. I think defensively, we have to up our game.
As a team, you were tied with Portland in committing the fewest errors with 67. Only Phoenix over at Johnson League had less. They had 60.
We didn't have that many errors. but that has something to do with, the amount of balls we're actually getting to. I wouldn't mind getting some more errors if we're able to cover a little bit more. You know what that statement my mama always said?
Didn't she say you were nasty since day one?
She actually never said I was nasty since day one. Yeah. She always said, "Don't be perfect. It'll prevent you from being great." Something like that. And it's like, yeah, I get it. I get it.
Tell you what, Adam, Mrs. Beef would be happy if I just approached good, let alone great. Now, off-season's coming. That means a lot of things, including the very popular development lab up at Northwestern University.
I am staying in the Chicago area, so I would love to go to the Dev Lab. I would love to. Who's that? Tatlock was really all down with going to Dev Lab.
Yeah, I had TNT up here. We talked about the strength and conditioning program. He was so positive about it.
I did put my name up to go to Dev Lab. There's a limited number of slots, and they really want the young kids to go on there. They invest a lot. Dermot might make his third time at Dev Lab. I think they got a locker with his name on it already. But for me, I said I'd like to work on my changeup, my forkball. I think that'll be a little bit over the hump. I really want to use those pitches more, especially that forkball.
It is a nasty pitch, one of many in your arsenal.
Plus, it's really nice facilities up at the Northwestern University. So, and the Blue Mill's up. What neighborhood is that? Rogers Park, the new town. But yeah, it's closer up here than down on the south side.
I hope it works out for you, Adam. Making you a better pitcher, Frick League, you better watch out. Adam, it's been a pleasure talking to you.
I thank you a lot, Beef. It's been great. I hope to talk to you later. And I'll be contacting your station once I get my recording done. And hey, I might have a show.
Yeah, send us the info. Send us the recording. We'll get it on the air pronto. We've been talking to Adam Nasty Boy Hines, starting pitcher for the Black Sox, bluesman for us all here at 888 WSOS Southside Chicago. You are listening to The Beef. Traffic and weather coming up.